to my kitchen and another episode of What's for Dinner. Tonight we're going to make Southern style chicken and pastry. Now the little story about this is that down here in the South they make what's called chicken and pastry. Well, I've lived here 6 years. The neighbor girl down the street, Sarah, who's been in a couple of videos before, her mama makes chicken and pastry. My girls talk about Leanna's chicken and pastry all the time. Micah says that when you put it in your mouth, it will be delicified. That's what Micah says this morning. So Molly texts her and says, please tell me how to make chicken and pastry. Well, basically it's just chicken and dumplings, okay? But it's made with these broad, thick noodles, and they're calling them dumplings. So, you know, my chicken and dumplings is a little different because I make dumplings with a biscuit type dough, and these are chicken and pastry, so it's like a broad, thick noodle. Now, I'm going to go ahead today and make it from start to finish. It really doesn't take that long, and I'm going to use the Ann's frozen chicken pastry strips that I get at the grocery store. And today I looked up Ann's dumplings online and found out that they are from Ayden, North Carolina, which is less than an hour away from my house. So I'm going to put the link to their YouTube page because they've got some fabulous recipe videos over there, what you can do with their pastry noodles. And they have a great website, and not only do they sell the pastry, they also sell a great thing called the One Sauce, which I haven't tried yet and I look forward to. I looked in my grocery store, but they didn't have any today. And they also have started making meat bases, like organic chicken base and beef base, pork, ham base, and, you know, for like a bouillon. And that was Tally in the background. My poor dog. But anyway, I really do look forward to trying some of those other products, and as I do, I'll share them with you. I was just kind of excited to find out, you know, they've got a little video on there about her story and how she started a bakery. But you go and look and give her some traffic, because they started their YouTube channel a year ago. I've got to tell you, with my subscription, they have 8 subscribers. So let's see if we can boost her up a little bit. Because she has some really great recipe videos over there. I spent a little time this morning watching. But let's get started on this chicken and pastry, and I'll stop yakking.
So you can listen to Tally.
Tally! Okay, well, I'm going to start with the chicken. I know. Let's stop licking the cats. You get the hairballs. That's bad, yes. But anyway, I bought a chicken, so this is just a whole chicken, but I'm going to set that aside for just a minute. We're basically just going to boil the chicken in the stock, okay? And I'm going to kind of chunk up some celery. You put in here what you like. If you don't like some of these things, don't put them in. I'm going to use celery. I'm going to use some carrots. And I'm... horror of horrors. Okay, these have been washed. I'm not going to peel them. Cut the ends off. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 more. I took them out. I wasn't sure if I was going to use them all, but carrots always make things taste nice. They add a sweetness to whatever you're cooking. And as far as the aromatic benefits that it adds to your broth, really, you can't go wrong. But if you don't like carrots, don't put them in. Okay? This isn't, again, it's not rocket surgery.
Or brain science.
Or brain science. making a mess today. That's all right. And I've just got a medium onion and a small onion. If you don't want to put onion in, leave it out. If you like onion, you like more onion than this, go for it. You know, this is just going to richen up your broth and it's going to make it nice and flavorful. And then I have some fresh parsley. I'm just going to throw in a couple of handfuls. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab this chicken. Put this down in a sink. Rinse it out. My knife. Now you notice I cut up all of my veggies first. And bring the camera over here, sweetie, because this is one of those nice organic chickens. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you too about this Ann's company, they're a 100% certified organic facility, which I thought was fantastic. And so they also make organic chicken stock base. I'm going to cut this fat off of here because that's just going to make our stock murky. And that means that they're using organic chickens to make their chicken stock. So.
My eyes are burning.
Oh, from the onions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to cut my chicken up so it cooks a little quicker. Alright, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get cold water and I'm just going to cover the chicken. This really is very simple. You're basically just boiling the chicken in water and aromatics. Then we're going to put this on the stove. We're going to bring it to a simmer. We're going to let it cook until the chicken is done. We're going to remove it from the broth, and then we're going to allow it to cool a little while, and we'll take it off the bone. And then we're going to add something to the broth to make it a little more gravy-like. And now today I'm using Sarah's mom's recipe as she told it to Molly. Aside from, I don't know if she adds these aromatics to her broth or not, but I'm going to because that's what I want to do. But other than that, I'm going to make it the way that she told Molly to make it. And that requires a can of cream of chicken soup for later on. And, you know, if you prefer to use the Magic Mix version of cream of chicken soup, you can do that. You can just make your Magic Mix with chicken broth and a little salt, pepper, poultry seasoning, and then you can add it right to the deal here. I'm going to go ahead and use a can because I do have some in my food storage that I've been wanting to use up. And the point of having food storage is not to waste. So I'm going to put this on a medium heat. I'm going to put the lid on it. I am going to put a couple of peppercorns in here. Let's see. Like that many. I think I'm going to put a bay leaf in there. Let's see. You season this however you like it. I want it somewhat mild. Bay leaf never hurt anything, huh?
You will pick some dry them out.
Put some little thyme. Oh yeah, I have a bay tree out in the yard. A little bit of thyme. And I can put sage, but I think I'm going to go ahead and use poultry seasoning. About a teaspoon. And where's my spoon? Here. Okay. Give this a stir. And get some kosher salt out here. It's a lot of water, so I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of salt, about a small handful or so. You don't have to use salt at all. You can use pink salt. You can use whatever.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. All right. And now we just wait. we cook, and then we'll be back when it's time to fish these out and take the meat off the bones. We'll be back. Okay, about a half hour ago I removed my chicken from the simmering broth and I let it cool, and about 5 minutes ago I took the chicken off the bone. It doesn't need to cool for that long, just enough so that you can handle it without scalding your fingers. So this is our chicken off the bone, and then our other component is going to be 1 can of cream of chicken soup that we're going to put into the simmering broth. And then we're going to use these. You can make your own dumplings. Basically, dumplings are nothing more. This is a thick noodle, so it's flour, water, and salt, and just a little bit of fat. You can use oil, butter, bacon grease. It doesn't matter. Maybe someday I will actually show you how to make these from scratch because they're not that hard. This is a convenience. I love that this is actually made locally by a family-owned business, and I could drive to their factory, which is like an hour away from my house. So I love that idea. It's actually made in Ada, North Carolina. So let me show you how these come. These come frozen, and it says to keep them frozen. And you just, they're in strips, and you can snap them in half, or you can leave them in strips like this. I honestly don't think I'm going to use this whole box. I think I'm going to use half. And the lady, her name is Anne, obviously, that's the name of the company. But her little story is absolutely fantastic. She decided to open a bakery, and she had 3 little women, older ladies, who would come into her bakery asking her to sell them pastry for chicken and pastry. And she said, I don't do that. And they kept coming, and they kept coming every week, and she would say the same thing. I'm sorry, we don't sell the pastry. I don't have it. And one time, one of the older ladies said, you don't sell it because you don't know how to make it. So, you know, she took that as a personal throwdown. And she decided that she was going to go in her kitchen and she was going to learn how to make pastry if it was the last thing she learned how to do. So she did, and the next week she had it all ready. She put it in between layers of wax paper, and she put it in an aluminum foil pan. And, well, that's a lot. But anyway, she packaged it up, and she sold it to them. And it got to the point in her bakery where she was selling more pastry noodles than anything else, so they shut the bakery down, and they started making pastry noodles out of their garage in an approved kitchen that they built separately in their garage, which I just think that is a fantastic story. And it's you know, it's one of those all-American kind of ingenuity and stick-to-itiveness that we see all the time in entrepreneurs, and I think that we need a little more of that in life, frankly. So I'm coming over here, and I'm going to put this...
You know what?
What?
She didn't build that.
Okay, let's not go there. But she built it. She and her family built it. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, let's get a whisk. Whisk this into our stock here, which is very good, I might add. Now, don't worry, because I know what you're going to think. You're thinking this stock is maybe a little thin. And don't worry, because we're going to put those dumplings in here, and they're going to help to tighten up this broth and make it more like a stew that you're used to. All right, now let's get some of these dumplings in there. You want to make sure you keep them moving. I don't think you want them to stick together, so I think that would be bad. And I'm going to consult the box, which says, yeah, we're going to cook them for 8 to 10 minutes. Wait, wrong. 8 to 12 minutes, sorry, until they're tender. So it also says to drop about 8 to 10 dumplings in the pot at a time, and then as it comes back up to a boil, to drop more in. So maybe I am going to use the whole box. I don't know. So I'm sure it won't go to waste, right? So this is a new experience for me, just like it is for you if you've never seen this done. And I'm sure that I've got some of my viewers who are right here in North Carolina who are going, are you kidding me? You've never had chicken and pastry. Well, I've had chicken and dumplings, but not chicken and pastry as you know it. So this is like a first for me. And, you know, I may never go back. So you just never know. Because Micah, like Micah said, honey, what did you say? Micah, what did you say the chicken and pastry would do?
I'm not saying it.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
No.
Say it, please.
No.
What would it do to your mouth?
Oh.
Say it. Say it.
I forgot. Suddenly.
It'll deliciify your mouth. You're a goofball. Just say it to us, but she won't say it for you. I'm sorry. Now see, I already think I put this one in, I put them in a pile and I shouldn't have done that, but now I'm gonna have to try and separate this. Whoopsie. Alright, well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna burn my fingers and I am going to go, and in a minute I'll bring you back after this is all ready, and we'll put the chicken in, we'll stir it up for a minute, and then we'll go ahead and we'll fix you a plate. Because I know that you're going to be hungry for some chicken and pastry. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, our chicken and pastry is done. This has simmered long enough for these noodles, dumplings, to come to their correct doneness. And we have to be honest, the girls and I and Rick, we did sneak a taste, and I have to tell you, it's divine.
Oh, did you do anything to thicken it?
No, you know what, the dumplings have enough flour in them that it just naturally thickened that sauce into the consistency that it has acquired, and it's perfect. It's simply perfect. Okay, I'm going to come over here. I'll give you a spoon. There you have it. My first foray into chicken and pastry, Southern style, a la Leanna, my down the street neighbor. So, don't worry if you can't find those noodles in the freezer, because honestly, if you took 2 cups of flour, a teaspoon of salt, and about 3/4 of a cup of water, maybe just start with a 1/2 cup of water and then work your way up. Make a dough. You can even throw it in your KitchenAid and knead it for a few minutes, let it sit for 10, roll it out thin, or maybe like 1/8 of an inch, and then use your pizza wheel and just cut it into strips. I'm going to do a video at some point of how to make those, but you can make those really quick, and it won't take any time at all. So if you don't live on the eastern seaboard, please don't worry about not being able to get these. I don't know if they're available across the country. I do know that Walmart sells them, so it is very possible that you can get them all over the place. I don't know. But I will put a link to their website below. You can actually buy case lots of their dumplings delivered directly to your door. So you can do that if you want to. I really think this is delicious and wonderful, and I hope you try it, and I hope you love it. And until next time, I'll see ya!